Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shiv Orisko. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining, thank you for subscribing, and kindly like this video. And if you're just coming to this channel, I welcome you. Welcome, kindly subscribe, like, share, turn on the notification button. Thank you. Yes, this is the first time I'll be talking about a movie. I love, obviously, yes, I love storytelling. I love stories and I love good stories. And I'm very, very choosy and picky when it comes to watching movies. I have access to Netflix, I have access to Prime Videos, but guess what? I don't really watch as much as I should, because in my head, there are just so many, and I'm just thinking in my head, what would the story be like? And I'm also one of Korean lovers. I can't get tired of it. No matter what genre of movie it is, as long as it's Korean, just take me away. If it has love, oh, I'm all for it. But when it comes to where I come from, when it comes to original videos or movies, Nollywood, I'm always interested. But to be honest and sincere, to be honest, let me say 10 years back, 8 years back, 5 years back, I really don't watch Nollywood as often. If it's not maybe popular or really really important for me to watch, I don't really do them. Sometimes I just watch because I don't have any option. Maybe I'm with a family, I'm with elderly ones, and they are seeing something, I just have to watch with them. But like I sit down 2 hours at a stretch watching movies, no. I'd rather go to Mike Bameloye's YouTube channel and watch inspiring videos. Yeah, rather than stay there. But lately I must commend Nollywood. I don't know what happened, I don't know what changed, I don't know how that industry works. I don't know what happened. Like a lot of massive improvement, lots of blockbusters. Like in my head, I think the game changer for me personally started from King of Boys. But yes, I keep thinking, how are they thinking? Can I get into this writer's head? Yes, I know it can be crazy, but in my head, I'm like, I don't think I've gotten to this level of story writing. Now, Anikulapo, The Rise of the Spectre, is phenomenal, is interesting, is mystical. Like I said, I'm always very, very intentional about what I watch, and I'm always critical. Like I'm a kind of person that see the movie to the end, not just to the end. I look at the cast, I look at the crew, I look at the songwriter, the script writer, I look at the DOP, I look at the names of lists. If I'm watching movies with my cousin or my family or anyone, and they're like, "Oh, film has ended." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no! Please hold on. I need to know who sang that song. I can hear that voice. Who sang that song?" So that is how critical I can be. Yes, I watch to the end, like end. So that's why you should watch this video to the end. This YouTube video to the end. Be like me, emulate that from me. Yeah. So back to Anikulapo. When the season one, not season one, and the part one came out, and people just after Anikulapo, I've always loved Afolayon's movie. I've always loved it. Start from October 1st, figurine and the likes. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So when it comes to Anikulapo, and I was like, okay. So when I saw the movie, the first one, I love the way it is. And now when they said the second one is coming, I was like, okay, how will this story come back to life? Will sorrow wake up again? Will sorrow become mystical? Will sorrow, I was just thinking in my head that how can this story evolve? How can this story continue? And to be honest, a lot of money was spent on that movie, you can tell. It could actually be a 2-hour movie, which would still make sense, but Kunle Afolayan decided to stretch himself and give us more. Give us 5, wow, is it 5 or 6 episodes to see? That is massive, that is expense, that is money, and the video quality, everything makes sense. Now back to the storyline. I love there is striking resemblance between Aurora and her daughter, and you can't even really tell that, oh, you can't really, because in the season one we didn't know about a family. So that was a good thing to see, that, oh, at the end of the day, it's the kind of, it's like a nemesis now, like our Aaron's daughter getting entangled with Saru. So it's all boils down to intentional story writing. Love the way it was said. as Sorrow jacked back to life, but a little bit, to be honest, I was a little bit scared when I saw the corpse, like the dead body eaten by something. It was not exciting to see at all. But in my head, I was like, okay, obviously I understand the story or the idea of Akudaya in where I come from. That is reincarnation, coming back to life after death. And I've also heard the story that they don't get to see those that they know. So when the old woman was advising him, like, oh, don't kill me, you have to do this, blah 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 blah, and he had to go and bury his own body, and he became human back, I wasn't expecting him to meet or see or see whoever has recognized him before. I wasn't expecting that part. So that part is still not clear to me according to Yoruba story, according to Yoruba indigenous story. The fact that people that knew him, that had met him before, could still see him and talk to him is still a little bit strange to me. I don't know, but I still follow the story regardless. I like the fact that he still maintained himself, lover of women and everything. So I'm just going to mention my favorite characters and my favorite scene in this movie. First, one of my favorite character is Iyalode, like, no, not Iyalode, sorry, the first wife of the king, which was played by Ronke Oshodi. I love her energy. No, like, stressless lifestyle. I think that's my kind of person. Nǹkan tí ọba bá ti, nǹkan tó bá ti tọ́ba lọ́rùn ló tèmi náà lọ́rùn, like, nǹkan tó bá ti ṣe náà ló tèmi náà lọ́rùn, something like that. I love that kind of energy. As long as, because obviously it's a Yoruba king are meant to be polygamous in nature. So she understood and she embraced that okay, this is what I've signed up for, this is the destiny. I married a king, so definitely the king can basically any wife, any girl at any time, and she embraced it. Like, or like the other wife that is always jealous. Both of them were always jealous. So, or like them. So I love that character. I love the fact that she's unproblematic. I love the character of the king's daughter. She really embraced her role. She was able to tell her story. I love her smile, I love her look, and obviously she looks so much like her mother. That one is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. So yeah, it's striking with semblance, yes. But I love the way she talks. She speaks Yoruba, even if you can still tell that this one is polished, but she sounded so much like Aduni Ade to me. That's how she sounds. I don't know, I might be wrong, but whenever she's talking, I see a little bit of Aduni Ade's vibe in her words, which is good to see. And I also love the fact that Adedimeji Lateef played the role of Bashorun's son, and they had that striking resemblance as well. Like, it was really good to see. A lot of people were hailing, and when I come to social media and I saw a lot of people hailing about. In fact, it was even the Bashorun that made me go to Netflix to go and watch. Like, we're hyping, who is that Bashorun? Who is the Bashorun? He's so fine. Yes, he is. But in my head, I will not lie, I did not really feel that his character. Yes, he delivered it well, as it should, professionally, but I did not fear him. Let me put it that way. I didn't fear him as the Bashorun. Yes, I wasn't afraid of him. You know, there are sometimes when you're watching a movie and you're like, I'm afraid of this character. I wasn't. In my head, it was doing what he should do, not the right thing, what he needs to do, but just in a selfish way. He was just thinking about himself. So I don't have that game or that scary, fierce, whatever of him. Oh, I love the inclusion of Auntie Robota. I've always loved that. Because I love diversity. I love inclusion. I love the way she portrayed her role. It was I had a lot of things in my head when I saw that scene. That was top notch. The costume, the mystical creatures, that was top notch. And yes, I love the way she was able to portray that scene. Obviously, that tree where Arolake was sleeping was probably the Irumole's abode, and she had this nightmare. And it really makes sense to me because I can be like that. I relate a lot of movies to Christianity, to my faith. It really makes sense to me when sometimes you hear about some people talking about spiritual attack. Maybe they slap somebody from dream and you see the person's face swollen up in real life. Yes, these things happens. So if you don't believe in it, yes, they happen. So when you see Arolake there and in the dream she got Akote Aje in code, that's what I call it. And in real life, she could still see it in her hand. She could still take money from there. You know, it's something that happened in dream or in trance or whatever it is. But she was able to hold that thing in real life, which really makes sense to me. I could really relate to that. So I love the inclusion of Auntie Ramota there. I love her. I love the it was short, but it was solid. Like it was solid. That scene can still even come to play anytime, any day. They want to continue the movie. It was brief but very impactful. Very impactful. I love that scene. That scene is relatable, short and sharp, and makes sense. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Who else is my favorite character? Akin. I feel bad for Akin because in a way I feel Arolake is a little bit self-centered and she just wants everything to go well for herself. Yes, she ran out of the palace to go to Saru, and at the end of the day Saru betrayed her and now found Akin, and she was still contemplating either to go to the king or to stay with Akin. And even when Saru showed up in the middle of the of nowhere, she still had that tender soft heart for Saru at the end of the day. So in my head, okay, is your heart actually sure? Is your heart everywhere? Is there anyone that is nice to you that your heart belongs to? I know she was a little bit careful when she was trying not to share her secret with Akin, but at the end of the day, I feel Akin suffered silently, let me put it that way, for years. Like some of the scenes were a little bit rushed. We don't know some of the stories. We don't know some of the background stories. We the story was understandable in general, but I feel there is still a little bit of depth they should give us. Especially, we didn't know Basharun from season 1 in part 1. So where was he in the first place? And I also love the character of Saro's wife's father, the one that's the palm wine tapper, the one palm wine seller. That's really cracked me up when he was drinking his palm wine by himself, when he couldn't get somebody to people to buy his palm wine, and he was just drinking and just thinking about his miserable life. And at the end of the day, when he finally got victory and he started making sales back, he was just talking and talking and talking and talking till he had to mention Saro's name to the king's guard who was looking for him, to Basharun's spy who was looking for Saru at that time. So I love that character as well. So the story in general made sense. I feel bad for the that's Aisha Lawa's brother that died in the movie. I feel bad because it was just like a scapegoat, and I really love the way she expressed her emotion. It really showed, like, you can really relate. Oja Falayon's expression was like, don't, I want to just be selfish so that she won't get caught in the midst of all the chaos. But Aisha was really able to express that feeling, like, guy, this wouldn't have happened. I lost a brother, I lost a blood, you know. I really love the way she expressed her emotions there. That was really relatable, and that really makes sense. A lot of sense. Kuranga, obviously, yeah, that spies the movie. But in my head, I have a lot of questions. I know I'm from Yoruba, but I still have a lot of things to learn in Yoruba about Yoruba land. As long as I know that it's Ede scenario, it's Ede culture, whatever it is. But in my head, it's giving this Hausa vibe. So I don't know if, correct me if I'm wrong, because the dressing, yes, I know there is Islamic culture in Ede, like that is rampant, and the covering of their head, using all those things. I know that. But in my head, even the name Kuranga in my head, is it a Yoruba name? Is it what's the story behind that setting about Ede? I really enlighten me. So that place is still confusing to me, because the name Kuranga doesn't sound Yoruba. Maybe it is, but I've not heard that name. It sounds more like Hausa. And I also love that scene where he died and rose up again and he couldn't talk, which made sense, because I know when I was much younger, when somebody died, they'll say, oh, they saw his spirit walking. In my head, I'm like, hey, spirit walking. So whenever someone died, I'm always scared to go around that house as a child, because I believe this dead body is walking. So obviously, and the spirit is walking, the spirit can't talk. So which made sense, as Kuranga couldn't speak to anybody, he just went straight to his house and went to die, because obviously is dead, and another dead body is in his body. So it's the dead body. The dead body just uses his body to like walk and do the excursion to go and rest in peace. You know, so that kind of thing. So that scene made sense, and the fact that they took their wife away at the end of the scene really made sense. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, they've really married. This will really cause fights, cause war. So I was thinking, when I wasn't seeing any war, I was like, this doesn't really make sense. But when I saw the war, the fight and everything, and they taking the king's daughter away, which made sense to me, like, yes. Now let's guess, what do you think will happen moving forward? I'm very sure it's going to cost money to produce, but we hope Kule can please give us more. Please give us more of this story. So in my head, if I was this is not from a critical story writing perspective now, but just from the viewer's perspective, if I was to continue the story, I think definitely Bashorun's son should bring up that fierceness in him in a good way. He's a soft guy, he's a good guy, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't fight. You understand what I mean? As the Bashorun's son, so he should be able to fight for his love, fight for the king's daughter and bring her back, and also defend the interest of the community. And also Saro, baby Saro, maybe baby Saro will become Saro's striking resemblance. I don't know. Maybe baby Saro will grow up and look like Saro himself, and now become, I don't know, maybe like women or not like women, I don't know. So I just think that's what I think. Bashorun's son should get the king's daughter back. Arolake and Akin, Arolake and the king, I don't know. I'm really not sure about what's happening there. I really don't like Arolake's. I like her character, I like her scene, that's good, but I don't like that energy, what she's doing to Akin and what she's doing to the king. The king loves her same as Akin. So where is she? She still wants to be the Olori Oba, and she still wants to stay with Akin. In my head, you can't eat your cake and have it now. You get what I mean? So what do you think is going to happen? So that's just my own thoughts about Anikulapo. Yes, correct me wherever I'm wrong. You can add yours, and thank you for joining, and kindly subscribe, like, share, turn on the notification button. See you next time.